Right off the back of those rocks.
Small bass though. Well, it's not that bad, but nice little small. Good fight.
Yeah.
Where'd he go here? Got us wrapped around. He got us wrapped. Come off of there. Ain't that something? They know how to get off, don't they? There we go. He got by it.
Hey, I'm Bob Murray. Bill Albright, Lake Wallenpaupack, smallmouth fish in June.
Right.
Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one.
Valley Outdoors, your best source for fishing information on TV, radio, and the internet.
These smallmouths.
They are something, aren't they? Anything they can get tangled in, they will. Yeah. Nice pack, small, you know?
There we go. There we go.
Yep, on a spider.
Hey, I'm on Lake Wallenpaupack with Bill Albright, and we're doing a little bit of a different type of show today. We're going to talk about how to catch fish off of structures, not so much the fish itself, but the structure and what to look for and the time of the year to do it for.
Right.
So this is Delaware Valley Outdoors. I'm Bob Murray, and we're going to catch some fish. Bill, while we're here, let's just talk a little bit about the structure that we're on now. I mean, this is a completely different thing from usual.
Right. This is real deep ledges here. We call this the ledges. It goes from like 15 to 30 foot of water. Great summertime pattern. The fish like to get down in that cooler water, the shade of the rocks. A lot of crayfish down there.
Now, how exactly do you want to fish that? I know we're kind of angling here, but let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, in summertime, you know, late spring, summertime, the fish will get on this deeper structure here, where you have the rocks come out like 5, 8 foot, and then it drops 10, 15, 20, 25. So you want to kind of parallel it so that you can fish up to it and just drag it off real slow, and bring it down the ledges. And you want to use a light weight as you can, so naturally you won't get stuck as much.
Right.
You know, and it'll just gradually fall and get their attention. You don't want to just go boom right to the bottom, you know.
Right, so
so we're using an 1/8 ounce.
1/8 ounce.
And here we use a small spider, and this is 3-inch, because basically you're fishing mostly smallmouth. So you need that little bit of a finesse technique. If you were largemouth, you know, you'd use a 4 or 5-inch one.
Right.
Being it's mostly smallmouth, we go to the smallest one we can use, and you'll still catch big fish with it. You know, but this deeper fishing, it tends to work a lot better.
Yeah. Now, how about the feel? Is the fish going to hit it on the fall, or is it you have to work it and then you feel that mush, or
Yeah, most of the time you just feel that mush, or you'll just see your line going, because they'll just suck it in as it comes by. You won't feel a hard thump like you do fishing the bank or something. No, a lot of times you just pick up and there goes your line. He's on there.
So you're watching it just all of a sudden your line.
You see your line bounce, or you see your line go. I mean, it's a lot of fun, you know. It's a different technique.
Yeah, it's a little more finesse of it than just cranking and winding. And doing like that.
And it's a technique that works all summer long when most guys say they aren't catching that many fish. If you do this, you will catch fish, you know. So.
Nice fish.
Right. Good one.
Nice fish. Let me get around here, Billy. Get rid of this.
But,
woo!
Well,
he broke me off.
You're kidding.
Broke me off.
Unbelievable. Jeez. There's one.
So you get him, I get broke off.
I didn't get him yet, but we're trying. Going out deep. Nice smallie.
Nice fish. Wish we had that double.
Yeah, we had a double on there, Yep.
He just broke me right off.
Maybe rubbed you on a chain or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of these deep docks, there's a lot of change.
Jeepers, that was a nice fish.
Oh, he got that too, yep.
Yeah.
Look at part of his tail's missing from the spawn.
Yeah, look at that, just from working.
Yeah, working the bed. All right.
Go back in there.
Yeah, we'll hit that again.
Again, what we were doing, Bill, was just, we had some deep water, and you said as we came up a little shallow here, what kind of depth we got?
We're going to be in like 18, 20.
So so we came up a little bit, and all of a sudden,
as we keep going up, it gets a little shallower, you know.
and that's where the fish would
They're
probably
off
just
them
moved
ledges.
onto those ledges.
Yep.
But that was a fine fish. Whoop.
Yep.
I need another jig.
Got one?
Yep.
Got a double out of the corner. All right.
I don't think mine's as big as yours, though, Bill.
Oh.
There's a double for you.
Coming around, coming around. All right.
I think mine's bigger.
Yeah.
Off of that corner on those
Yep.
on those spiders
A bit of
again.
wind blowing in there. Oh, he got it good too. There
He
we
really
go.
whacked it.
Yeah.
Nice little smallmouth.
Yep. Well, we're putting a little game plan together now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Finally, it
Yep.
has come together.
Yep.
Well, we've been searching to do is find a pattern that was going to work with us, and you got to let the fish tell you what they want, right,
Right.
Phil?
Right. That's
And,
it. Yep.
We threw tubes at them. They didn't want that. We had a little crankbait going on.
Yep.
Didn't want that. Even a super sinker, they didn't want that.
Nope.
We finally went to this
Spider.
little salty spider jig, and
Catching them. Right.
we're getting some hits.
Right.
Because you're catching the bass, I'm catching the sunfish, but I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
You can hear the beep a little louder.
The JATES program has helped me so much in the outdoors.
For a long time, I didn't even know what conservation even was. I want to do my part for wildlife. I love being a JATE. Whether you hunt or not, the JATES program has something for everyone.
I know I'm doing my part for wildlife. I really believe children hold the key to the future of wildlife.
And NWTF believes it too.
Each year, thousands are senselessly killed by people with no criminal record at all. People like you.
Properly inflating my tires burns less fuel and saves me money on gas. Yeah, I'm saving Mother Nature from pollution, but more importantly, she saved me $11. Ow!
Environmental defense. Get green.
By keeping my car regularly tuned, I save money on gas and repairs. That also means cleaner air. You know, feels good to help save the cash, planet.
Environmental defense. Get green. For more tips, go to getgreen.com.
Yeah, this is another real good type of area here. See, you got these bushes in the water, and the water's up high in the spring. A lot of times what happens, your largemouth get up in these bushes. Okay, they like to get right in there, you know. And you throw a Senko right on the side, right up against it, and you got a good shot of getting a nice largemouth in any of these type of bushes here like this.
Now the water is up into these bushes, but
Right.
we've had a lot of rain, I guess.
Yeah.
Now does the lake fluctuate that much during the season, or is it
Oh
just,
yeah. Another couple of weeks, that'll be all high and dry there.
that'll be all high and dry?
Yeah.
Now, if we get some more rains, will it
Well,
come
then
back up,
it'll
or
come
will
back
they,
up.
or will they keep pulling water so it does?
It depends on how much rain you get. They can get it down about 4 inches a day. They run it 24 hours a day, so you know if you get an inch of rain and it's such a watershed here that it's going to go back up a foot or two. So you know it all depends. If you don't get any rain, they'll get it down, 2 foot in a week. Yeah.
So this is a prime
Yeah,
example. I
yeah,
mean, man,
yeah.
you couldn't ask for a better set of
Right.
of bushes here.
Yep.
And then what, the largemouth will stay out here, I guess, and then move up. And I'm just,
Yeah. Well, they'll get up in there and spawn, and then sit in there and look for bugs and stuff. As long as the water stays high.
I know you had
Good cover
mentioned
for them.
before though. Now, when they start pulling water, I mean,
Yeah,
you
right.
hear a lot of times when they start pulling water, fish bite more. But when they're pulling water, it pulls the water
Yeah, it'll bring the fish back out of
out of those
right.
bushes.
Yeah, they don't like to be up there if the water's dropping. Right. Yeah, they can tell.
I mean, that's got prime habitat right there as far as you can see. And there's smallmouth, and I'm sure.
Oh yeah, smallmouth use it too, but largemouth love it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
Bill, you mentioned about the older docks here. What do we have right here?
Well, this is a prime example. You see how the old wood, the old styrofoam, that holds a lot of bugs and spiders and stuff underneath it like that the fish like to get at, you know, compared to the new docks, which, you know, there's not as much algae and stuff on the new docks, you know.
Yeah. And this old dock also has a lot of
rocks in front here.
in front of it. I think that's an important thing. Hey.
Oh.
Try to get
something at it, yeah. There's one. Oh, we got him.
All right, there you go. Oops, get him in here.
Yeah, we got him. All right.
Get off of that.
Ooh, big stone there. Got him. Still got the hook at him. Come off of that big stone there, yeah.
And where did you catch him off?
Right off that stone in front of the dock there.
It's a nice little smallmouth, Bill.
Right.
They're a little chunky fish. Explain to our viewers exactly what we're looking for on that kind of stuff and what you saw, and obviously we caught the fish.
Yeah, well, a lot of these docks, of course, there's no permanent docks. They're all just floating docks.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to look for when you're fishing docks is like the older ones. They have the old styrofoam and the old boards and stuff on them because that holds a lot of spiders and bugs and stuff like that. And the fish are more prone to be under them than they are the newer type docks, you know. And then, of course, you got to watch the chains and the ropes. You got to kind of look at it first and see, like, what angle am I going to throw at this? Because, you know.
That's an important thing. And another thing I'll get to in a second is the height of the water here that fluctuates. But the cables that you don't see until you really pay attention to them, that they go way out. And if you make the cast the wrong way, you can catch a fish, but you're not going to get it in.
Get it right. He's going to wrap you up. Yep.
They're going to go right most of these cables are. When I say cables, they are cable. They're not rope.
Yeah, they're cable and chains. Yeah.
And boy, that cuts. We're not using real heavy monofilament here.
Right.
So it cuts it right through. Bill, during the day, I guess pitching to the docks is your best bet. Am I correct?
Yeah. When the sun gets up high, I mean, you get that little bit of shade, and any aggressive fish, he's going to be under the dock, you know.
Now we've been fishing the spider jig seems to be our ticket today for anything. But I know you like the super sinkers, Senkos, stuff like that. Again, it's a real slow falling bait, and you can just pitch it right up there. And with polarized glasses, you can actually see the fish just kind of move on out and
grab it.
And just grab it. Of course, you got to pay attention not to set the hook too quick, or else you're going to lose it. But that's a good point to remember when you're fishing a lot of docks like that. Is make sure where you see the cables or where they're cabled to go around that and fish the other angle so that you can get the fish away from it. And look for the older docks, which is a good point. The spiders and all the other stuff running. Because we've gone by some new docks that really haven't been in the water very long. And they don't have anything. So look for the older docks. I guess even that older styrofoam has more of a edge on it that grows the algae and stuff like that. The newer stuff is kind of too slippery to have it like that. Right, so when you're out looking for docks, not all docks are equal. So make sure you pick the correct dock, and you'll catch some fish off of that. All right, we've got to get that one tied up.
Yeah, we got to tie it up again. We'll be all set to go again.
Can refuse to be a victim, and we can help. Call now about the I Refuse to Be a Victim safety course from the women of the NRA. It's not about guns or joining the NRA. It's about planning your own personal safety strategy. Call now.
We got a smallie? Yeah, we got a smallie.
The channel comes right in here, right against the bank. Yeah. Spider comes through, right?
Yeah. Ooh! Come here, you little devil. These fish are so strong.
Yeah.
You can't believe it.
They fight good.
Come here, come here, come here, come here. Yeah, that spider jig comes right through again for us.
You know,
nice little fish.
When it's tough, go to the spider.
When it's tough, go to that
it'll
spider
put fish
jig.
in the boat. Yep.
Yeah. And again, we're fishing slow and on a deep drop offs right now because these fish have just moved up onto this stuff. Boy, they really tear that spider jig up though, don't they, Bill?
Yep.
It's so soft, but yet you got to have something like that. Really, it's it's just so darn important to have that. Oop, there's another one. Yeah, this again, this is where the channel. Did you say?
Yeah, the channel comes right in. Yeah, 30 foot of water comes right against the bank here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's one thing, you know, a lot of times you don't even need a depth finder, but if you see a bank that goes
like that,
from
down,
like that, then you know there's not going to be a long sloping.
Nope.
It's going straight to the bottom. A little bit about the guide service, Bill?
Yeah, we run day trips on here for bass, half day and full day trips, and then at night we have striper walleye trips from 8 at night till 3 in the morning. So, and then, you know, I mean, business has been good. We're getting a lot of tours come up, and a lot of tournament guys that want to learn the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And
if they want to come up, you have accommodations.
Yeah, we recommend they stay at Earhart's Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
Great place, great restaurant. They have nice docks. I mean, we can pick the people up right in front of their motel room.
That's nice.
They don't have to go anywhere. So, you know, they want to go back for lunch or something, we just take them right back in. Very easy, you know, nice accommodations.
Yeah, it's nice. It's right on the water.
Right on the water. Very picturesque. Yep.
Like that.
Yep.
And again, if you want some more information, just go to our website. The numbers are there. Numbers will be up, and you can find out more information about Bill's guide service and the accommodations that were very nicely provided for us. Well, Bill, we're here at the tackle box section. It was a limited tackle box section in some ways today because, son, it was tough out there today. It was. When we talked earlier this morning, you thought we had a pattern going, right? You were out the other day and you're having a little crankbait that was working, and you had a little super sinker working, and what happened? I mean, this is fishing, so we got to talk a little bit about it.
So I don't know if the pressure went way up today, or because of the bright sun, or what happened, but the fish on the bank left. There was no doubt about that.
Right, and literally, they left.
You couldn't even get a bluegill bite, a rock bass, nothing on the bank.
And you know, by the time we start in the morning, we kind of get our ideas together and stuff like that. And you said we're going to have to fight through the rock bass and bluegills to get.
Right.
We didn't have to fight with any of those things on the bank.
Right.
But we had to adjust to it. But obviously, this was a tough condition situation that we had today. We caught fish, but across the board, when you're up here on Lake Wallenpaupack, the baits that we have out here are the ones that we want to talk about.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about this bait right here.
Okay, that's the new Lucky Craft crankbait in the crawdad pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And any crankbait that you throw in red or orange or a little brownish is excellent because all the crayfish that are in here.
Mm-hmm. Bill, one of the trends today, and I've been out, a lot of short build stuff anymore.
Right.
We went to that deep 20 stuff. Now everybody's going back to this.
Back to the shallow diver.
The shallow diver and stuff. Again, in this color with the dark red in the top and then the orange on the bottom, I think any kind of orange on that will do it. Again, now where are you throwing this at?
Right up in the rocks, up in the bank. You know, they're around the big boulders and the bushes and stuff like that right now. So you just throw that in, bang it off everything, you know.
Right out, and that what you said right there is very important. Bang it off, let it pause.
Right.
And then you're going to get the strike. That's very important to make sure. A lot of people are afraid to throw this.
Yeah, you got it.
This is a pretty expensive bait too.
Yeah,
this is not
they're about $15.
Yeah. So oh my gosh, I don't want to throw my $15 bait, but you have to do that with this kind of bait. You can throw this on bait caster or spinning rod.
Right. Yeah, it'll work on either. You can. It's heavy enough to throw on a bait cast. You know? 8-pound test.
8-pound test is basically what you want. Okay. This bait right here now. Talk about this one. This was a killer.
Yeah.
It died today.
That was hot yesterday. There was a lot of little minnows along the shore that were about the same size as that, little silver minnows. That every fish you caught was spitting them out. So I got figuring. I said, why wouldn't they hit that little Lucky Craft, bevy shad? And yesterday they just ate that up. I mean, a lot of 2.5 pound fish on the bank. And I thought we had a good pattern for today going with that, but as it turned out, nothing on the bank today.
No, well, you did catch some fish.
A couple
You caught a small
yeah.
fish on
Right,
that and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But again, what you mentioned before too is the fact that you noticed that the fish were throwing these the bait
bit,
about
it was about the same size
about
as
that size. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, these hooks are sharp too. Again, what kind of bait is this again?
Lucky Craft.
It's a Lucky Craft, and what's the name of the shad?
Bevy shad.
Bevy shad.
Yeah, it's the smallest bevy shad model.
And I like the size of it, and I like the shimmer on it.
Yeah.
And we have some shots coming through the water with it, but it really does a nice job.
Wiggle, yeah. And
how,
suspends too.
Right. How far does it dive?
It goes down about 5 foot.
About 5 foot.
But it suspends. That's what's nice. You stop it, it sits right there.
Yeah.
It doesn't float up like a regular.
I like
crankbait.
that back one. That sheen is just unbelievable.
Now that you have to throw on a spinning rod because they're so light.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, with a little wind today, we had a little.
Yeah, it's still hard, right?
Now we didn't throw. I threw a little top water this morning because you said we're all some grass flats that we look for. You might catch some top water, but you had said you should always have one of these rigged up,
ready
for it. And what is it about?
Topwater, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, with the shad, the fish are busting the bait.
Yeah, you never know when a fish is going to come up behind you, in front of you, or whatever, anytime in the morning or something. So I mean, if you have that rigged up, fired out there, normally you're going to catch that fish.
And especially over the grass, the flats that we were fishing, you always keep that on. You see some fish busting.
Right.
And color-wise, you like this color too?
Yeah, chrome blue, chrome black, or Tennessee shad are good colors.
All right, now we're going to go into our plastics. You got your tube jig, very popular jig now. What do we have here? What colors?
Green melon, they call that.
And you're fishing this on a spinning rod. Again, shallow, or do we go deep with this one?
Well, you can fish that shallow in the spring, of course, and then the one thing good about a tube is you can fish it all the time. Once you get into the summer pattern, when the fish are deep, then you can still throw your tube out in 15 to 25 foot, same rig, and catch them.
Again, now, on the test that you want 8-pound test again?
8-pound test is good, yeah.
One of the things that you had mentioned when we were talking is the sensitivity that you really have to have when you're throwing that tube. When we're going down 15, 20 feet, you really want to make it as sensitive to you as the fisherman, because those bites they're not like a real.
No, they're not going to whack it. No. Right. They just kind of pick it up and go with it. Yeah.
And again, it imitates a crayfish or something like that. And again, are you popping it off, or are you just swimming it, or
just kind of swimming it and letting it fall? You don't want to shake it too violently because you'll actually scare the fish. More of it just a little twitch or just drag it on the bottom.
Yeah, one of the things about it, especially with a tube, is how it falls, which is I think the coolest thing about the reaction of it.
Yeah.
Okay, super sinkers. You know I got to throw this thing.
Right.
You said, Bobby, we're going to catch fish on it. Well, it was a little tough. When you said to me, I can't believe we're not catching fish on this. Again, fishing we're around docks, and especially even in the trees and stuff that we had today. Again, this bait falls just so slow, and I know you fish this on spinning tackle, and just let it sink there and just let it fall. Again, around docks are probably my best thing, and we speak about it. But when you throw that out there and it just falls, and then you see that bass come right out from under that dock.
Neat.
It's cool. Color-wise, I mean, the pumpkins, what?
Yeah, gold works good here. Green pumpkin, watermelon.
And you can get these. This is a larger one, but you can get this in like a 4-inch size or the 5-inch size.
Yeah.
All right. Got to get down to the bread and butter. Bill, what are we going to do? And you say we got to go to some deep water and we got to throw a salty spider.
Yep.
And now the bait that you have here is from where? Cabin Creek?
Cabin Creek lures, yeah.
Yeah. This bait came on a while back, Bill, and it's been a staple for years.
Right.
Especially for smallmouth bass in lake situations. They have a really interesting jig head that you can get from Cabin Creek, and a little bit has a collar because this fits over it, and then you put this on. Okay, and what it is, it's pretty simple. It's a little hole in there that you just pop through, and that's the collar, and then and it has, what do you call these barbs?
Double barbs, yeah.
Double barbs, because
hold the trailer on, yeah.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you think you're going to come up here with 5 of these things and fish all day long, you're going to be fishless in about what?
50, right?
You go through them. Not only that you don't lose, you lose them because you're fishing in the rocks and on the drop-offs, but these are so soft that, I mean, a little bit of a a perch or anything like that will take these right apart. So you have to have a bunch of these together. Again, color-wise,
Green pumpkin.
Green pumpkin.
Best color, yeah.
Yeah, and you can throw this on about, what, 6-8 pound test line?
Yeah, 6 or 8, yeah.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about how we were doing that today to find, when we did find the fish. It was tough. You know,
yeah, what we did, we went, I mean, the shallow fish definitely weren't biting, so we went down to where we had some ledges and rocks where we had some 5, 8, 10 down to like 20 foot of water, and then just fishing it down the drop-offs, and that's where we picked up the fish.
Yeah, that was the ticket, because we had fished
some of the deeper docks.
Yeah, on the things like that. Again, the deeper docks too, right, that we found. Again, this is really good. I like this bait for just doing what we were doing. But again, you can't throw it on heavy line. No, because it just won't. It just will not
gotta
work.
Use it on light line. Yeah.
And again, we got the exposed hook, so guess what?
You get hung up. Yeah.
You're gonna get hung up. But I'll tell you, this is the ticket when it gets tough. And again, that's what you had mentioned. We've got to pull out, because I imagine that the fish just kind of said, you know what? Yeah. We don't like it up shallow today. We're going to move out into those deeper drop-offs, and you need that. Well, I think that's the tackle box. We got to go catch some more fish, but I'm going to keep my selection of salty spiders in the boat, and that's the tackle box. Oh, if he wraps me around this thing, Bill. Yep, he's got me wrapped. There he goes.
Got it? There you go. All right.
Oh, man. Hold on there, CD. Come here. These are feisty fish.
Yeah, they fight.
On that spider jig again.
Yep.
Hey, I'm Bob Murray. Bill Albright. Want to thank you, my friend.
Right.
Up on Lake Wallenpaupack. You got to come up here for some great fishing and some learning. Bill's going to teach you a whole bunch of stuff. Get to talk to him up here, learn about spider jigs, drop-offs, and some shallow water bite too. But when it gets tough, you got to go to a little deep water.
Yep.
Hey, I'm Bob Murray, Delaware Valley Outdoors. Don't forget to go to our website, DelawareValleyOutdoors.com. Fishing reports, weather reports, all kinds of stuff. Hey, send me an email too. I'd like to hear about your fishing experience too. Hey, I'm Bob Murray. I'll see you on the water. Look at that, he ate the whole thing up.
Accommodations provided by Earnhardt's Waterfront Resort, owned and cared for by Earnhardt family since 1943.